Hey, you can download the Expert Advisor source code for the momentum indicator that is built in this video by clicking on the link below.
In this video, we are going to create an expert advisor that uses the momentum indicator to display market strength directly on the chart. The momentum indicator measures the amount that a security's price has changed over a specific number of periods, and we will use it to identify whether the current market has strong or weak momentum. Let's see how we can do that. We start Metaeditor by clicking the little icon in the toolbar or by pressing F4 on our keyboard. This opens the Metaeditor window where we can create new expert advisors and modify existing ones. Once Metaeditor is open, we create a new expert advisor file and begin writing our code. The OnTick function is the main function that runs every time a new tick arrives for the symbol we are trading. This is where we place all the code that needs to execute with each price change. Inside this function, we first create an array to store several price values. We declare this as a dynamic array of type double called myPriceArray. The empty brackets indicate this is a dynamic array that will be resized as needed. Next, we define the properties for our momentum indicator. We use the iMomentum function, which creates a handle for the momentum indicator. This function takes several parameters. Underscore symbol represents the current symbol we are trading on. Underscore period represents the current time frame we are working with. 14 is the period parameter, which tells the indicator to calculate momentum over the last 14 candles. And price underscore close specifies that we want to use the closing prices for the calculation. The function returns an integer value which we store in the variable iMomentum definition. This handle will be used later to access the indicator's data. After defining our indicator, we need to prepare our price array for efficient access. We use ArraySetAsSeries to sort the price array from the current candle downwards. The first parameter is our array myPriceArray, and the second parameter true tells the function to sort the array in reverse order, meaning the most recent candle will be at index 0, the previous candle at index 1, and so on. This makes it easier to access the most recent data. Now we copy the indicator values into our array using copyBuffer. This function retrieves data from the indicator buffer. The first parameter is our indicator handle iMomentum definition. The second parameter 0 specifies we want data from the first buffer of the indicator. The third parameter 0 indicates we want to start copying from the current candle. The fourth parameter 3 tells the function to copy 3 values, the current candle and the 2 previous candles. And the final parameter myPriceArray is where we want to store these values. This gives us the last 3 momentum values in our array. We then extract the current momentum value from our array. We access the first element of the array myPriceArray at index 0, which contains the momentum value for the current candle. We use normalize double to round this value to 2 decimal places for cleaner display. The first parameter is the value we want to normalize, and the second parameter 2 specifies we want 2 digits after the decimal point. We store this normalized value in the variable myMomentumValue. Finally, we display the momentum information on the chart using the comment function. This function displays text in the top left corner of the chart. We use 3 conditional statements to provide different messages based on the momentum value. If myMomentum value is greater than 100.0, we display strong momentum followed by the actual value. If myMomentum value is less than 99.9, we display weak momentum followed by the value. For values between 99.9 and 100.0, we simply display the value without any additional text. This gives us a clear visual indication of the current market momentum strength. After writing all this code, we press F7 to compile the expert advisor. The compilation process checks our code for any syntax errors or other issues. If everything compiles successfully, we can proceed to test our expert advisor. If this was too fast for you, or if you don't understand what all the code is doing, you maybe want to check out the premium course on our website, or watch one of the basic videos first. These resources provide more detailed explanations of MQL programming concepts and can help you better understand how to create expert advisors. Once compilation is successful, we go back to Metaeditor by pressing F4 or clicking on the icon. Back in Metaeditor, we press Ctrl and R to start the strategy tester. In the strategy tester window, we pick the expert advisor that we have just created from the drop-down list. We then enable the visual mode by checking the appropriate box, which allows us to see the expert advisor running on a chart. Finally, we start a strategy test by clicking the Start button. When the test runs, we should see our expert advisor displaying the momentum values on the chart in real time. The text will update with each new tick, showing whether the current momentum is strong or weak based on our defined thresholds. If you are already a premium course member and have an idea for a video like this one, you can send us an email with your suggestions. We always appreciate feedback and ideas from our community members. In this video, we have learned how to create an expert advisor that uses the momentum indicator to display market strength. We have coded an expert advisor that calculates the 14-period momentum based on closing prices and displays whether the market has strong or weak momentum directly on the chart. This was accomplished with just a few lines of MQL code, demonstrating how powerful and efficient MQL programming can be for creating useful trading tools. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.